Hey, this is Trevor. So for the game I'm working on, I wanted to include my wife Grace as one of the characters. And so for the last couple weeks, I've been working on modeling her head, which you can see here, which I'm pretty much done with the modeling. I still need to add textures and eyeballs, of course, but the modeling for the head is pretty much done. And this is what it looks like, and I kind of want to take you through the steps that I took to put this together. So I start out with two reference pictures of Grace, one from the front and one from the side. And one of the first things you do with these reference pictures is you create these loops around the major structures of the face, which you can see here. I've created a couple around the eyes. I've created one that goes over the top of the nose and around the front of the chin, one that goes around the lips, one that goes over the forehead and underneath the chin, and one that goes around the back of the head. And so this is the first thing that I do when making a face model. Once those first few major loops are in place, I just start filling in the features by extruding those loops inward and kind of shaping them around the shapes of the eye and the nose, which is kind of filled in through the nostrils here. So that these start getting fleshed out a little bit. So here you can see I have pretty much all of the facial features kind of fleshed out, so that whole outer loop that went over the forehead and underneath the chin is pretty much filled in now. The lips are filled in, and the cheeks are filled in. Just using these references to kind of form lines and shapes that match Grace's face. And then one of the hardest things that I'll often put off until all the facial features are done is the ears, because the ears have a lot of intricate shapes, and it's hard to match the shape of the ears. But I kind of do my best. I try not to obsess over it too much. And so here you can see I've built pretty much all of the ear and started connecting it to the rest of the head here. And once I'm done with the ears, I fill in the rest of the head to kind of round out the skull here. I've got the back of the neck, the start of the shoulders. And I'm gonna start working in on the torso, but there's one last detail I need to finish on the head first. And so the last thing I've added here is the hair, going off of the picture as kind of a reference to find where her hairlines are and where her pigtails kind of poke out. And then one last thing to make it not look so robotic is to select all the points and to do something called set it to smooth. And what that does is is a trick that you do with normal mapping that just affects the way the same number of polygons are there. It just affects the way that the polygons are shaded so that it doesn't look quite so blocky. And here I've got Grace's face. So yeah, that's how I made Grace's face. I've got a lot of work to do still on the character, but that's what I have so far.